That's correct. It's my first visit to Morocco, and for me, it's of course important. Ericsson is active in 180 countries. I'm in my 5th year as a CEO of Ericsson. I've been trying to go to as many markets as possible. We've been operating in this market for more than 40 years. So for me, it's important to come out and see, meeting our customers, meeting important partners, and our employees, of course, in these important markets. So Morocco is an important market for us, and that's why I'm here, to meet all the stakeholders. It's going to be filled with the customers that we have here. We're going to meet employees. We're going to meet governmental officials. So I think we're covering all, including media, and that's typically how I want also a visit to a country to meet all the important stakeholders of Ericsson in that country. I think that the network society is applicable for any country, any business, and for all the consumers and people on this earth. I think we are in the second phase of a large transitional technologies. This phase of this technology revolution is actually, we're going to use the technology in a totally different way. That means that we're going to see transformation for people, businesses, and our society as well. And that's applicable for any country. And in general, what I believe is that we're going to be having so much connectivity. We're going to have more than 90% of the Earth population having mobile networks or mobile coverage by 2019. So we can actually start transforming the way we're living and the way we're working in order to be more efficient. And I think that countries in Morocco, like Sweden, like any other country, will have a huge benefit of this transformation. I think if you look today, we have in the world a little bit more than 2 billion mobile broadband subscriptions. In 2019, that's going to be 8 billion mobile broadband subscriptions. That basically says that we're going to have 3 times as many people on this earth in 5 years from now having access to internet. And the majority of all that's going to be mobile broadband. And of course, Ericsson is the world's largest mobile broadband supplier, having more than 40% of all mobile networks in the world, and having 50% of all 4G networks in the world. So of course, we're much part of building that. And today, it becomes even more important for a government to see that they have an infrastructure that is ICT as well. Roads are important, hospitals, schools for a country to be competitive. But broadband is becoming another infrastructure that is very critical for the success and the growth of a country. The studies we have done is basically for every 10% broadband penetration you get in a country, you get around 1% sustainable GDP growth. And that comes because suddenly you can start building businesses, you're connecting things, and finally you can create sort of the barriers between countries goes down. I mean, you can start an enterprise in Morocco that actually serving Sweden, the market of Sweden. And all of that is, of course, enabled by the whole network society and the mobility, the broadband, and the cloud services, because those 3 together can actually dematerialize any product or service. And that, of course, benefit to Morocco if you have very advanced broadband plans, etc. So definitely, I see great opportunities in countries where the fixed broadband has been limitedly developed, where you can take a leapfrog by going to mobile broadband. I think that as these markets like Morocco, where mobility, broadband, and the cloud will be an even more important infrastructure of the market, we have all the vision to grow with that and see that we can employ more employees in these countries, because finally the more people I have on the ground in each and every country of the world, the more successful Ericsson will be. So of course I see the importance of mobility and broadband growing every day, and the necessity of it. And of course our role is to see that we are very local. I mean, I said we are in 180 countries today. We have been here 40 years. We're planning to be here many, many years more. And of course, if we can now, with this growth and importance of technology, also grow with that, it's important. But we also go into other areas. We're doing billing system, TV media system. So we are also broadening portfolio that we can work with other type of customers than operators here in Morocco, for example. So Ericsson has worked with virtualizing our products the last 4 or 5 years. We are basically entering a stage where our product will be virtualized, where you can cloudify them. We already have a big portion of our portfolio being cloudified, where you can sort of disconnect the hardware and the software. I think we're one of the most advanced in the whole telecom industry when it comes to cloud solutions. On top of that, we're building some really big data centers ourselves, where we're going to host our technologies and see that they can be tried and tested. So I think for us, cloud is not only making it more efficient for us to deliver services, but also it brings down the barrier for operators, our customers, and finally for consumers to get access to new application and services. I think I have a couple of ones. I mean, first of all, the commitment to Morocco and Ericsson's investments here. I think that's important to talk about and what we have done there. But I think more important, of course, listen to the customers, if there are any feedback they have on our operation, how we're doing. Then I also feel a big responsibility for being the #1 provider in the world, working in 180 countries, to also share experience from other markets, from other operators, what they are doing, how they are meeting the network society, both from a technology point of view and even a service point of view to the consumers. So I think that I can spread and share, and I think that's a big responsibility for us as a company. I think we've already now seen in the sector here that mobile broadband is very vital for the society and for the people of Morocco, both to get connected but also to do business and transform. What I envision in the next phase is that we're going to see businesses using mobility, broadband, and the cloud to be more efficient, to actually advance their way of working. And I hope also that we're going to see even more impacted in governments, how they feel about broadband, if it's mobile health, mobile education, to really see that you can reach out. And that would go for any country. I'm also a commissioner of the Broadband Commission and an advisor to the General Secretary of the UN, where basically I have a role to talk about the importance of the infrastructure of the mobility and the broadband as a transformer in all around the world. And that's why my ambition is also to see that the government understands the importance of broadband.